with the power of this glove that allows me to warp reality as much as it can, I am going to transform this deteriorating t-shirt into a not deteriorating t-shirt. Yeah, here we go. Huh! Ah, shoot, I should have been more specific with the color of gray I wanted. Oh well, it looks clean, I guess. Anyways, on with the video. 3, 2, 1. Ready for liftoff, super dang, you're rocking. Get ready for it. Hey guys and gals, it's me, Mr. Rocket, and this is Pac-Man. Whoa, hang on a minute. Why is it showing the NES version of Pac-Man? Shouldn't it be more fitting if we show the, the actual version? Well, you haven't completed Pac-Man World Repack yet, so we can only have the NES version for now. Oh, but anyways, yes, this indeed is Pac-Man. But you ever wonder to yourself, how did Pac-Man got into this situation? With the ghosts and the big dots? Well, it's not anything too serious, so don't think too hard on this. But today we're going to be talking about the origin story, basically, of Pac-Man, simply known as Pac-Hero! So, our story begins with Pac-Man during his school holidays. Of course, as mentioned in the previous part, Pac-Man is a part of a family lineage where, well, they have a history with, taking down ghosts and saving Pac people. So of course, Pac-Man was gonna follow suit, but he does need the skills in order to become a hero. So of course, he learned techniques from a masterful ghost hunter simply known as Pac-Master during the school holidays. But what exactly do the Pac people use in order to fend off these pesky ghosts? Vacuums? No. Vacuums with lasers? No. Spaghetti? I mean, you could put, I guess, that onto the item because this is actually a very magical edible. Enter the power pellets. When a Pac person eats one of these, then all ghosts within the area will turn blue, indicating that the gobbler can actually consume the ghost and spit or burp out the eyes, leading to that ghost regenerating its body elsewhere. But who created these magical edibles, you may ask? Well, fairies, from a place simply known as Fairy World. Because of course, we already have Pac-Land and Ghost Island. I don't expect it to be called that. But yes, the reason why they actually created these little power pellets is mostly because, according to this and a few other sources, they're actually the prey of the ghosts. I mean, I'm not sure if that means that they actually... I mean, this is all about eating, so... Well, I mean, it's not that weird. Remember that one situation with your arch nemesis? It is I, the Interrupter, your arch nemesis, also known as your main predator. Well, what? Does that mean you're gonna bite me? Yes! Ah, my teeth! Yeah, that was a bad idea. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I wish I still forgot about that. But yes, these pellets would then be harvested by the Pac people, for any emergencies, and they have a fun little festival which Pac-Man was able to attend during his school holidays, and he was able to spend time with Pac-Master and the rest of his family, especially his daughter, known as Pac-Girl. Yeah, something you can definitely keep in mind is that the Pac people aren't really good at naming things. I don't know, I kind of feel like the Pac people have the right idea here. I think I want to change my name to Dan Friend. And I should be known as Dan Eternal. Yeah! But yeah, who knows what will happen with Pac-Man and Pac-Girl in the future. It might lead to something more, but that's a story for another time. Because even though it's very peaceful at the moment, this will not last because 4 monsters were about to ruin it. And they are known as the Ghost Gang, consisting of Blinky, the red ghost, who is the leader of the group and the most aggressive one out of the bunch. Always believing that, you know, he's the toughest there is. Always ready to pick on a fight. And then there's also Pinky, the pink ghost. Yeah, even the book over here kind of thinks it's self-explanatory. But yes, she is the main gal of the group and also the most sensible one out of them. AKA the only one with actual common sense. And then there is Inky, the blue ghost, the wackiest out of them all, and always getting into trouble, or should I say nonsense, whether he does it intentionally or not. And it can be very funny sometimes. And then there's Clyde, the orange ghost, the least brightest of the group, or to be a bit more specific, the least smartest of them all. And it's actually also the is actually very cowardly, as you can put it. Always being the easiest one to, you know, face, because whenever you go near him, it's a high possibility he'll just run away from you no matter what. But yes, even though these 4 ghosts are kind of like just regular old ghosts for now, but soon enough, Pac-Man would consider them the constant threat that he has to face throughout his heroic escapades. And they're just about to get started. But before we actually see what they do to get the, you know, the ball rolling, there is one thing I do need to explain. During around the time period from 1986, something like that, until 2005, there was some sort of, I don't know, some sort of mix-up, or maybe they decided to change it for some reason. But yeah, around this time, they decided to have this guy be Clyde and this guy be Blinky. But of course, after the game in 2006, they decided to switch it back. This is Blinky and this is Clyde. Got it? Good. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up, Leonard. Don't you dare.
Oh yeah, another thing to take note is that the names Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde are actually their nicknames. Their real names are technically Shadow, Speedy, Bashful, and Pokey. Although they're not really used that often in the series, only in a few minor references here and there. Alright, and that's it. Hi there. I forgot to record this in the studio, so I'm recording it now, I guess. Yeah, oh, this is awkward.
Pinky realized it would be best for them to summon a green ghost known as Golbus. Who was he exactly? Well, he is an individual that was banished into space, presumably because he was actually very dangerous, even for the ghosts themselves. So, naturally, it would be great to bring him on for the harvest. And so, when he arrived, he started causing havoc in his little UFO. And it's actually a very big problem because, well, they can't really do much considering using one Pacific power pellet doesn't do anything. But yes, it's only gonna get worse considering that Golbus actually has this guitar known as Jank. Who is also sentient. It's kind of a thing with ghosts apparently. And yeah, it has the ability to actually transform Pac people into mere spheres. Yeah. I don't know. It kind of feels like a lame ability, to be honest with you. Screw it. But yes, he decided to use this ability on Pac-Master and the rest of his family alongside Pac-Man. And afterwards, Golbus decided to banish Pac-Master's family to the far reaches of Pac-Land, leaving Pac-Man behind. That's a lot of Pac for one sentence, but you gotta expect that. But of course, Pac-Man survived because he was actually saved by this fairy known as Crystal, who subdued Golbus, at least for now. Of course, Pac-Man will be very, you know, concerned with the situation at hand, considering the fact that, well, he's the only person who can stop the green ghost at the moment because, well, Pac-Master was already defeated, and that alone would make Pac-Man worried since, you know, Pac-Man isn't an experienced fighter compared to him. Yeah, not much ghost training at the moment, but of course, he has, well, Crystal on his side, who is a very determined ghost and really pushed Pac-Man to do this quest and assist him along the way, like explaining what night chocolate is, which allows Pac-Man to gain shining armor and be able to break certain boxes and traverse water easily. What? You're expecting me to explain where night chocolate comes from? Sorry, this lore book only goes so far. I mean, again, don't take any of this too seriously, alright? Yeah. I can at least explain where I got this though. I had to cross a border to get this. But yes, soon enough, Pac-Man gained the confidence he needed to succeed in this mission, rescuing all the family members of Pac-Master and also finding out how to actually defeat Golbus. Instead of just having one power pellet, you need 3. And surprisingly, Pac-Man also figured out that Golbus isn't as tough as he preceded him to be. But soon enough, after many obstacles, Pac-Man was able to defeat Golbus along with destroying his spaceship, causing the Pac people to transform back into their original forms. And it turns out, the Tarjack revealed that Golbus was actually banished not for being dangerous, but for being clumsy and always causing problems. And naturally, the ghost would be very upset with this news. With the crisis resolved and the harvest back to its original state, the Pac people of course celebrated, broadcasting this event throughout Pac World, with Pac-Man being at the center of it, causing him to be, well, a celebrity, to put it simply. And of course, Pac-Master was very proud with what Pac-Man had done, and thus, Pac-Man's school holidays were over. Yeah. There's still one page left. And thus, with the crisis, this isn't even the right page. But by the year 1980, Pac-Man of course became the hero that everybody knew and loved, discovering different pellets that grant him special abilities, like just simply making him more stronger, or that, and of course going through a ton of mazes. And thus, it begins. And that is it for today's lore of... Oh. No, nuts. Not again. Oh boy. Ow. Yeah, I'm too lazy to get a guitar that actually has strings. Oh well. At last, the Golden Gobbler lore book is finally mine. Let's go. Time to rev up the engines and make my grand fast escape. Oh wait, shoot, the door's closed. Yeah. Alright guys and gals, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As for the next part, we're gonna taking a look at when Pac-Man settled down and have a family. Yeah. Also, we're gonna be taking a look at what these things are. Because yes, it's an entirely separate origin story to the smaller dots here. So we're gonna be taking a look at that next time on the lore of Pac-Man. So until then, rock it on. I'll keep an eye on this for a bit. Well, this was the dumbest thing I ever done. Until next time.